possible, change to the left lane. At the start of the mock test, I asked Luella some pre-test questions and she got most of them correct. Alright, just maybe like 2 questions about the car. How do you adjust your side mirrors?
The one here.
Okay. Are they actually okay, the mirrors?
For me, as long as I can see the white line down there, right? Or the back of my car. Back of my car.
How do you usually set this the mirrors up?
How do I set it up? Like just move the arrows down and up?
Yes, but how do you know if they are set up okay or not? Normally, like in the normal life, normally in the car that you drive.
I basically check whether I can see the back of my car.
Okay, the back of your car. And usually you should be able to see the door handles as well.
Yes.
And then a bit of half road, half sky. So,
yeah.
And the other one is okay as well?
The other one. Yeah.
And this one is okay?
Yes. I've adjusted that.
Front windscreen wipers.
That's this one here?
No, the front windscreen wipers.
Oh, the wipers. That one there?
Yeah, you can turn it on. Okay, and then the back one. Okay, that's fine. Front washers.
Front washers. I think it was here. Sorry. There.
Okay, that's fine. And then the back one.
Let me just turn that.
You actually did this before by accident. Alright, that's fine. That's okay. You can turn that off.
This one?
Yeah, turn that off. You should actually push it the other way.
This way?
Yeah, forward. See?
Alright, yes, okay. It's different in the other car.
Oh, okay. So whenever you're ready, you can move off. We're gonna go in this direction here.
Yeah.
So the car is already on. Luella exits the car park very well. And then turn right. Good right turn. Left turn at the end. Good left turn. The second set of traffic lights, you can go right. Correct lane choice for turning right. Luella removes the indicator too early. This is a non-critical driving error. Good speed management on this road. Good stopping distance from the front car. Good speed management on this road. At the roundabout coming up, you can follow the road. When going straight at the roundabout, we have to indicate left before exiting the roundabout. Luella does not indicate, which is a non-critical driving error. When two lanes form one lane, we have to check the left side mirror and even better, check the left-hand side blind spot. Luella does not check. Good speed management on this road. Coming up is Luella's first critical driving error. I ask her to change to the left lane and she changes lane in the middle of the traffic lights, which is not allowed. When possible, change to the left lane. The speed limit drops from 60 km per hour to 50 km per hour, and Luella reacts very well by slowing down. When coming to a complete stop, it is important to check the rear view mirror to see what's going on behind us. Because Luella does not check the rear view mirror throughout this drive, this is a non-critical driving error. When possible, change to the right lane. I ask Luella to change to the right lane and she changes lane well.
The rightmost.
You're going straight. Good stopping distance from the front car. When safe to do so, change to the left lane. I ask Luella to change back to the left lane, and she changes lanes well. Then you can take the street on your left. Good use of mirror before turning left. Okay, and then go ahead and pull off on the left, please. I ask Luella to pull over on the left, and she stops a little bit too far from the curb. Okay, so whenever you're ready, I'll get you to reverse the car in a straight line. I'll tell you when to stop. Before reversing in a straight line, we have to check the mirrors and blind spot. Luella checks the mirror but does not check the blind spot, which is a non-critical driving error. She does the straight reverse well. Okay, that will do. And then move off when you're ready.
Move forward.
Yes, so you can drive off when you're ready. After finishing the straight reverse, Luella moves off very well. You can do a reverse parallel park behind the blue car. Coming up is Luella's second critical driving error. I asked her to do a reverse parallel park behind this parked car, and before she reversed, she does no observations. It is important that we check the mirrors and blind spot when carrying out a reverse parallel park. Also, she ends up a little bit too far from the parked car. Although she corrects it, this is still an uncritical driving error because if there was a car behind, we would have been very close to it. Alright, that's fine. So when you're ready, you can move off. Luella moves off very well. You just go to the end there and then just do a U-turn.
In the end.
Yeah. Good U-turn. Okay, at this intersection here, you can go right. Good right turn. When possible, change to the left lane. I asked Luella to change to the left lane, and she changes lane well. When going through the traffic lights, it is important that we check left and right, especially if we are the first car to pass through after a red light. Throughout this mock test, Luella does not scan through the traffic lights, which is a non-critical driving error. Good speed management on this road. Okay, at this set of traffic lights, you can go left. Good left turn. Good speed management on this road. Good observations at the pedestrian crossing. Then I'm gonna get you to take the street on the right. Probably the shoulder check before the turn was not necessary, especially when turning right across a bend. Good speed management on this 50 kilometers per hour road. Okay, this roundabout coming up, you can follow the road straight, please. This time, Luella does well at the roundabout and also indicates left before exiting the roundabout. And then at the end of the street, turn left at the end of the street. Luella stops at the stop sign and does a good left turn. The next traffic lights, you can go left. Correct lane choice for turning left. possible change to the right lane. Luella changes lane well.
From ahead.
So you've already changed the lane and that's it.
Sorry?
I say you've already changed the lane. So that's it. That's all I asked you.
Okay.
I just say change lane, so that's fine. It's okay. And then at the traffic lights, you can go right.
This one here?
Yeah. Good lane choice for turning right. Luella nearly makes another critical driving error. When the traffic lights changed to green, the red arrow for turning right stayed on, but she started moving the car. She realized it just in time, and we both pressed the brake at the same time. Luella does well to scan through the railway crossing, but she slows down a little bit too much, which is a non-critical driving error. When there is a merging lane on our left, we have to at least check the left side mirror. Luella does not check, which is a non-critical driving error. Good speed management on this road. Good observations at the pedestrian crossing. Again, Luella carries out good observations at this pedestrian crossing. The speed limit is about to change from 50 to 40 kilometers per hour, and Luella reacts very well. Again here, Luella does not carry out any observations when going through the traffic light. Okay, this roundabout, you can go right, take the third exit. Luella does well at the roundabout and use the correct indicator when entering and leaving the roundabout. Also, she carries out good observations. Then at the roundabout, also straight ahead, second exit. Also here, Luella does well at this roundabout and carries out good observations. Also use the correct indicator when leaving the roundabout. this roundabout also straight ahead. Again, Luella does well at this roundabout. And then the next roundabout, you can go left, take the first exit. Good lane choice for turning left at this roundabout. Also, she carries out good observations.
The first one?
Yes. The left lane is about to end, and Luella does a good merge to the right. Good speed management on this road. Okay, when safe, you can change to the left lane. I asked Luella to change to the left lane, and she changes lane well. A few minutes before the mock test finished, the camera showing Luella driving switched off, so we don't have the footage showing her driving back to the center. However, she drove very well for the remaining of the mock test. Good speed management on this road. And then we're gonna go left. Correct lane choice for turning left. Correct lane choice for going straight. Okay, we're gonna go right. I asked Luella to turn right, and she chose the correct lane for turning right and also give way to this oncoming car. And then left, so you can just go back to good left turn. We've come to the end of this mock test, and it's now time for feedback. Alright, so pass or not pass?
I think I made a lot of mistakes.
What mistake? Well, you don't see my notes. Maybe some good stuff.
Shoulder checks. I've missed a few. And my turnings. Almost onto the right. Yeah.
Turning into
onto the other lane. Like I've not. When I turn with a lot of speed or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then I think I was really slow. Driving slower.
So, 2 critical errors. Okay.
The green signal where you had to brake?
Look,
Was
with the green signal, I didn't really mark it, but I'm not sure. I just don't know. I don't know how that will go in the test, in the real test. Because what happened there is because we pressed the brake, we both pressed the brake at the same time. You might, if some examiner might let you get away with it. Okay, but it was close. If the examiner pressed the brakes before you, then that's it. Okay, but we went for the brake at the same time. Okay, you had two big problem with you did a lane change in the middle of the traffic light.
Yes,
when we moved off
that,
just after when we were driving towards the roundabout.
I noticed
after
that,
we passed that, I see you changed lane in the middle of the traffic lights. That's not allowed. Okay. And then the other one was the reverse park.
Yes.
So when I told you what happened, what do you think is the critical error?
I've not tried my reverse park. Like, I haven't practiced it, and when it's a big car, I don't know. Can't get the judgment as to when I have to straighten the car or turn the car.
Yeah.
So
the mistake is actually not the skills. Yes, I know you went too far back. I understand that.
Yeah.
That's not it. The test is to do with safety. So if you're gonna do a reverse park and you just put the car in reverse and you start moving, that is not safe. Anytime you're doing a maneuver, you have to be using this. There's a routine you have to use. Prepare, so you go in drive.
Yeah.
And then if necessary you can signal, but for reverse park you don't need to signal.
Okay.
So no signaling in reverse park, but like 3.10 you do need to signal. And then observe. So that means you're gonna check your mirrors.
Yeah.
And then you have to do a shoulder check.
Right.
And then which is you move, you start your reverse parking. Whatever skills you're using, whatever techniques you're using, that doesn't matter.
Okay.
But when you started the reverse park, you pretty much went next to the car. You stopped. You selected the reverse and you started moving.
So I have to stop.
You didn't check mirrors. You didn't check the blind spot.
Okay.
You didn't look behind before the car moved. So that is a critical driving error.
Okay.
Yeah. If you had checked your mirrors only, like your friend before when we did the straight reverse, he checked the mirror but he didn't check the blind spot. That's a non-critical error because he at least checked.
Yeah.
But for you in your case, you pretty much just started moving. So same as when we did the straight reverse as well. You selected reverse and then you started moving immediately.
Right.
You didn't do a blind spot. You checked the mirror at that time, but you didn't do a blind spot check. And you were looking behind as well. That was fine. But yeah. So this one, changing lane in the middle of the traffic lights, and then the other one for what's the other one? Reverse park. So these two.
Critical.
Yeah. Some other small mistakes. So your rear washers, the back washers, you're pushing that. Does not leave the indicator on for the duration of the turn. That was when we went out. We went out here. We went left at the end. We went towards the traffic lights. I said to you, go right. You put on the right indicator, and for some reason you removed it. You need to leave the indicator on for the duration of the turn.
So when do you switch off the right and then switch it over to the left? So when you're turning right, like the third right, so
no, I mean not the roundabout. I'm talking about the traffic lights. When we went out, we went right at that traffic lights to go onto the main road. So you indicated for a moment and then you removed it for some reason. You have to leave it on until you finish the turn.
Okay.
So roundabout, there was no problem. You were indicating correct. Well, not all of them, because the first roundabout, when you went straight, how do you indicate if you're going straight?
So you indicate only when you're turning, like moving into the lane.
What do you mean? How do you indicate when you're going in? into the roundabout to go straight.
You don't indicate then?
No indicate at all.
No,
So
and
you
then
just
when
go.
you're only exiting, you indicate.
Yeah, so
Right?
that first roundabout, remember the big one? You went straight,
Yeah.
so you should have indicated left when you exited.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's a minor mistake. And then just after the roundabout as well, there was 2 lanes which became 1 lane. So in that case, because you are in the right lane, you need to check your mirror and you need to shoulder check this side. But you didn't check. So remember the roundabout? So 2 lanes, they're forming 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first mock test we did with your friend, we were in the left lane.
Yeah.
That time he merged, so he indicated mirror shoulder check.
Yeah.
But this time for you, you were in the right lane.
Yeah, yeah.
So you should have checked the mirror shoulder check.
Yeah.
No need to indicate.
Okay.
Yeah. Does not check rear view mirror when braking. So when you brake, you have to check this mirror.
Okay.
Okay. And then sometimes you are indicating a little bit too early. So your indicator is coming on like almost 100 meters before you get to the turn. Put it on like 30 meters before.
Okay.
Not too early. Because I know there was no road. But if there's driveways as well, it can confuse other people.
Okay. Yeah.
But also don't put it on too late. So around 50-30 meters,
Okay.
put on the indicator, but not 100 meters away. Straight line reverse, no shoulder check, I've talked about that. And then too far from the curb, pulling over. When I say to you pull over, a little bit too far, you stop too far from the curb.
Yeah, because it was a bit uneven, the road.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
why I was a bit scared.
Okay. It's a minor mistake, it's not a big mistake. Does not scan through traffic lights when passing through. So when you're going through traffic lights, you need to look left and right.
Okay.
Yeah. So not too bad. I
So
think.
this one, is it... Because I've never done it before. Because when it's green for us. Like, are you supposed to...
It's green for
like
which
if
one?
you're... The signals, is that what you're trying to say? The traffic lights, you
Yes.
have to...
So it turns green.
Yeah.
How do you know that some idiots are not gonna run red lights? Because that means you trust in people 100%.
Okay.
You don't wanna trust anybody. If it's green, so yes, just start driving, but look left and right, just in case.
Okay. Yeah.
You just need to be sure that there's no one. There could also be an ambulance coming through.
Yes.
So if you check, at least you see them. Yeah, or police. Yeah.
And I do have another question. With the pedestrian crossings,
Mhm.
are you supposed to then also look either side?
Yeah,
and then
look
just-
both sides.
So
yeah.
I've done that, but from a distance, you know that there's no one crossing.
Yes.
So do you still need to do that during the test?
You don't need to slow down, but you need to check.
Okay.
You just keep driving. If you know that you check left, right, there's no one go.
Okay.
Actually, that's a good question, because when you go to the railway crossing, you slow down too much.
Right.
You were very lucky there was no car behind you. If there was a car behind, you would have gotten hit. So
Right.
yes, you do check left and right, but you have to keep moving.
Okay.
You don't slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit, maybe 5 kilometers less, not, because you're doing like almost 50, and then you slow down to like 30. A little bit too slow.
Yeah.
That can be a problem for people behind you. Okay, any other questions?
What about speed?
Your
Like,
speed
I-
was excellent. There was
Okay.
no problem. Very good. Well done. No problem at all.
Okay.
Because
I was a bit concerned about that.
yeah, it was
Really?
good. Even when you got to the roundabout, I wasn't really too worried that you were going too fast. So you managed the speed very well.
And like when you're moving into like a lane, am I moving towards, like, am I turning correctly?
Yeah, your
'Cause I
turns
think
are
I'm-
mostly okay. There wasn't any issue with your turns.
Because I feel like when I turn into the other lane as well. Like my one tire goes at least.
I didn't see any issue with turns.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
I think I was
Unless
just
you do it,
overthinking
we didn't do it in a lot of residential area in your situation.
Yeah.
But though there was a situation where we turned, I think you really need to be a little bit observe a little bit more. So you are turning right. We are on a straight road like this. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then the road bends a little bit to the left. And then there is a road connected to it here. And then there is some kind of line, a solid line here.
Yeah.
And then a space, and then another line there. And then I said to you, go right.
Yeah, over here I made a mistake.
What do you think is the problem here? What's the problem with this road? What's the problem with this road?
Is it the straight line there, and then there's not much space for me to turn into that lane? So what happens, like, do I need to look at, like, do I need to go in the middle of this lane in order to merge to the other, like to turn?
I think I'll be really careful when I'm turning here. Okay. Because
so what's the
this
tip
is
to, like,
this is a bend. Can you see the bend there?
Yeah.
So the visibility here is very poor.
Yes.
It's not good. It's
yes.
not that great. So I mean, you won't fail if there's no one coming.
Yeah.
They won't even mark it down probably. But you need to, if you come across this situation, just make sure you carry out more observations.
Okay.
Don't rush the turn.
Okay.
Because it's hard to really see what's coming here. If there was a car coming very fast, probably we won't be able to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your turns were fine, no problem. As long as you don't like turn like this, that's a problem.
Yes.
Cutting a corner. So
yeah.
you turned like that was okay.
Okay.
But maybe if I was doing the test, I would really carry out more observations there,
okay.
because it's a little bit of a blind
yeah.
spot. Anyway, I'll give you this one.
Thank you.
Good luck with your test.
Thank you.
Yeah. No worries.
Thank you very much.
I'll tell you.